Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the On The Gear podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Tom.
And today we're going to be talking about some updates from Cardo. Should you work on your own bike or leave it to a garage? And is there a BMW conspiracy theory? But before we get into it, the usual question we ask, Tom, have you been riding or wrenching this week?
I've been wrenching.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a lot
What
of
are you wrenching
wrenching. I'm wrenching on a base gasket on my Harley. It hasn't been touched in 26 years because it's never needed to come off. But once they go, and it leaks more oil. So I took it upon myself to start breaking it apart.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What's a base gasket?
So it sits on top of the main block of the engine, the bottom end.
Okay.
And you've got the cylinder head, and then underneath there, in between that gap, you have that gasket there.
Interesting.
So it's one below the head gasket in this case.
And do you have two of those?
Two of those.
Two of those? Because it's a V-twin.
Yes, and it's taken me 3 days to do 1.5 of the base gaskets because over time gaskets, they shrink, they become stiff, and they stick a lot harder, as I'm finding. And I have to take my time because they're cast aluminium blocks. So if I gouge anything out of there, I'll be leaking for days.
I really hope you're not charging by the hour.
Oh, no, no. I'm losing hair, though, to it, and I'm worried it's going to get in my cylinder head because it's stressing me out so much.
Have you put anything in to block all the holes and stuff, or?
Yeah, the headers. But in there, I put on top of the piston, in the oil feeds, I put some cloth in there to try and stop most of it, but I've got an air compressor and hopefully I can blow most of it out because it goes all the way through apart from one on the front cylinder where it has like a little, I don't know what it does, I'm guessing it's another oil thing. So I need to be really extra careful with that, but I have been, so might have a vacuum on that bit instead. But that's the longest part of it. The tear down, because it's so analog in terms of its construction, it was actually quite easy to do the breakdown, and then the build back up is like some voodoo because you have to do like torque it once and then torque it twice and then turn it 90 degrees to lock it in, and then loose it all off and then do it again.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. It's like witchcraft. What is this? We're obviously going to talk about working on your own stuff a bit later on, but in terms of like things that you do on your bike, this is a first time job for you, or have you ever done this sort of work before? Never
this extensive, I guess. Everything's been pretty fresh. So back in the Philippines, I built a 1978 shovel head with my dad.
Decent.
Super analog, old and stuff, but all the things that we got for it were pretty fresh. The base gaskets, because we bought it as basically a parts bin that someone had in their like shed by the coast. Nice. I said, oh, we'll have that. So we got most of the parts and had to order some bits in from the US. But that, I don't remember having to do like that much gasket work, if that makes sense. But the whole build up, again, super analog, super simple. It took us about like 2 weeks, I think, to basically get the engine back together. But it was our first time doing it. So this time I felt like I made it bigger in my head than I needed it to be because it was pretty much the same thing, just on a slightly newer bike. It's and you reckon you'll have that done by this weekend? If I can actually have time to scrape the base gaskets off, then yeah, and hopefully I'll be done by the weekend. And then I get to put the new exhaust on, and then rejet the carb because I've got a carb. I have to bleed the brakes because they were going after the Isle of Wight. But you know, that's all in my head now, all relatively simple stuff.
Be a whole new bike, Tom.
Yeah. Lovely. And I'm excited, and I'm just really, I think the crucial point for me is the oil leak. I just need to make sure it doesn't leak, so I have to run it up to temp, run the oil through a couple of times, maybe. I say all this, I probably do it once and then leave it in there.
Start it and then go.
Yeah. So I say all this, but you know, if it doesn't leak, I'll be happy, and that's my only worry at the moment. But yeah.
Just some RTV if it doesn't.
How are you? Riding or wrenching?
Riding this week, actually. Fantastically, not on my own bike either, because I've not done anything because I'm quite lazy. And but I rode a bike, so very, very kindly, Capital Moto Kawasaki in North Camp lent me a Z900.
Lovely.
To have a go on, which was really good fun. So that was to do with the Insta360 X6 that we got.
That looked pretty snazzy.
That was quite good fun. So I took it out to get some shots on that. It was a 36-degree temperature day.
Damn.
It was crazy, but it was nice to have a naked bike. It was really nice to get out on that because I don't have a naked bike, I also don't own an inline four. So it's really nice to have a go on something that was decent amount of power. Apparently it's not much less power than 1000 or the 1100.
Right.
I thought, oh, Z900 is going to be downloads, but it pulls pretty strongly, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it's quite comfortable. I thought it was quite comfortable as well.
I really like the look of them. I think as a Z900 is, it looks very menacing. Well, older gens do, newer gens do have that same sort of look, but a bit more refined. And I feel like that's just the perfect bracket for me, because it's got like 100 brake, 110 brake.
I think it's a bit more than that. But
A bit more than that. If it has a bit more than that, I feel like that is the perfect amount of power for the UK in terms of road riding.
It had good manners.
Yeah.
It has some really good manners. And I put a clip on like a reel, a TikTok, wherever you might watch that sort of stuff, of me doing like a little pull on the slip road.
Nice.
And I think I went through like 2 gears, but I definitely wasn't speeding. But also, like, genuinely, I was like able to accelerate and enjoy going through a couple of gears without getting into any sort of silly speeds or anything like that. So like, it was perfect. And it handled quite nicely as well. I would probably not buy one, but it was good.
Yeah, I think it's part and parcel to, you know, for me particularly, if like coming from the Speed Triple going back to a Harley, which has like a third of the power or like half the power, banging it through the gears at slower speeds is more exhilarating to me now than being on a Speed Triple and going in second gear and then be like, I'm going to lose my license if I go any further. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So being able to, you know, have that little sensation of speed at slower speeds is always a big thing for me. And I feel like that's why I do like the Z900. Also, Lewis used to have the Z900 RS, which is a classical version of it, the retro version of the bike.
That's why I wouldn't have this one.
Is that why?
I think the retro one just looks so nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But they both are lovely, lovely bikes to ride. I think it's just like a styling preference.
Yeah.
I'd have the retro one. I think it looks way cooler.
The big wide tank.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
It looks beautiful. Like from the cockpit as well. It's just, it looks lovely. And it's like modern enough to keep up with all the new toys and stuff, but retro looking enough that it doesn't look out of place next to retro modern bikes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, it's just a really good looking, lovely bike that you'd park up and look at again. You know,
yeah.
That's nice.
Has some curb appeal.
So yeah, so I actually rode a motorbike.
No, that's nice.
Good
that's
fun.
cool. Are we going to see you on your bike soon?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
No, to be honest with you, I keep looking at it going, oh, I need to do that. And then I did some wrenching, but it was on the car because the car then broke, so I had to fix the car. So other things come up before the bikes, house, car, baby, etc. Which is, I love doing all those things, but the bikes just sort of...
I feel you on that.
They're the toy, so they don't get the, the priority.
I feel you on that. Like, I remember having the Mazda 6, and that constantly broke on me. And I had to rely on my Bonneville, my Speed Triple at the time, to get me to and from work when, you know, I had to constantly fix the car, yet the bikes also needed some attention.
Yeah. It's also funny that a Triumph is more reliable than a
Mazda
Japanese
6.
car.
Yeah, exactly.
You think
that
bike more reliable
brilliant.
thing.
Yeah, that bike was brilliant. I'd happily have one in a heartbeat again. I've been actually looking at other bikes and vehicles at the moment. I don't know whether it's that time of the year where I'm like, right, okay, it's summer's like on the other side of the crest now. It's going to go towards, you know, bike buying season. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so there might be another one in the flock at some point.
Sounds like fun.
But yeah, so what are we going to be chatting about next?
Cardo.
Nice.
Yeah, so they've gone and dropped us something called Mesh Boost.
Boost?
You heard of Mesh Boost?
I've heard of Boost bars.
It's
What's
like
Mesh
a Boost bar. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably one of their best updates that they've done in a long time. So they've bumped up the DMC like group size from 15 up to 31.
What?
Yep. So if you've got that many friends, 31. I mean, 15 is chaotic to talk to people, but 31 is going to be.
I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to get enough friends to fill up the group chat.
But that is really important for people who do ride in big groups.
Yeah.
Potentially, maybe not all having everyone chat, but to have everyone linked up and able to communicate certain things. If you're going on a tour, need help, need a toilet, hungry, need to stretch my legs, fuel. You can then all kind of keep in touch rather than having 30 people chat to each other.
Yeah, all I'm thinking about when you said that was after a game of team deathmatch, on Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, and you get into the lobby and
In the
everyone's...
lobby, everyone's shouting. But I'm guessing it still has that ability where it drops down other people who are not as important or vocally present.
They
let's say,
just turn them down.
Yeah.
The other thing, which is probably going to add in that chaos, which is just a bit crazy, is they've added in like a proximity chat. So if you've got a Cardo and I've got a Cardo, and let's say Jonah has a Cardo and we're all out riding our motorbikes together, separately, and we come into range, we will link up into a DMC group and be able to chat to each other until we go out of range again.
Oh, that's brilliant. That would be a good game of like hide and seek and Marco Polo.
Oh my God, that would be so good.
We have to do that.
That'd
be quite fun.
That's the public mesh functionality, isn't it?
Yeah. So you talk to anyone else who's got that feature switched on. On their Cardo.
That sounds like absolute chaos. Rather than inviting people into it, if you ride past someone and you hear like a hello,
that'd be so creepy.
Making my way downtown
behind you.
Yeah, you just get like, as if Peter Griffin goes. Just coming through your comms unit.
We could sit here with our edge phones on. And just see if it connects to anyone who rides past work. We can have a little chat.
Come to infinity. Who's saying that?
Buy now, in store.
You look hot, get mesh.
£10 voucher outstanding on your account. This is a great form of marketing. We should get everyone to just stand with edge phones and talk to passing bikers.
Next event that we go to, would you get that? Like stand outside of is it the NEC and any of the bikes that are coming in?
Perfect.
And it'll be like just jumping into their
come and see us on stand 3B.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great idea. Can we remember to do that?
Guerrilla marketing. Not every other person who's like a supplier is going to see this. So we're not actually going to do that. That's very bad. Like morally, it's really wrong to do. So do not do that.
We'll keep doing it. Very cool feature though.
It is very cool. You got any more details for us to know about?
Well, you mentioned about the expanded group size, public mesh, remote grouping, so you can create and manage DMC groups remotely using the Cardo Connect app.
That's decent, actually.
The new update just brings in a few different UX features like updated app screens, workflows, designed to support mesh boost features. So all of this is available on second generation Torque models.
Okay. So basically a Pro, an Edge, a Neo, and then some of the custom S and HJC ones.
So no bolts.
No bolts. Cardo Venture helmet. Yeah.
Cool.
So the other thing is, if you would like it, you just have to update your firmware in the app.
Nice.
And then update your Cardo. Update phone app. Update Cardo.
Okay, cool.
Done. Bosh.
Do you know what that had me thinking? That's what I was giggling, and people would probably see me giggling. Is I always think of that meme of the guy that says, "Oh, nice eyes, nice face. What's your WeChat?" But we could do that. But with like Cardo.
What's your Cardo?
Yeah. What's your mesh chat? Sorry. Oh, my brain goes into wild places at times.
No, we can do that. Yeah. You'll probably find a reel on that later. The other thing from Cardo as well was they have now added Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I think they didn't have Android Auto compatibility in the Cardo Ride app, so all their navigations and things. But it now means if you have a Chiggy, Honda, Harley Davidson, Indian, CF Moto, you can pair it up to the dash.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, or obviously if you've got a Chiggy or whatever, you can pair it to that as well. And use their Cardo app with CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's nice.
Lovely. We like that.
It works in one system.
Yeah. Mesh
all in this
together.
What else has been going on?
RST Untamed. I've seen this on the old socials.
These are the mega, don't they?
Yeah, they're right up my street.
I could imagine you in the leopard print one.
Yeah, I had a leopard print chair for the ABR, and it's got lost in time.
Oh no.
But I've used it pretty much every year at the ABR because I loved it and I knew it was my chair.
Yeah.
I'll know those are my boots.
Until they get lost again.
Until they get lost again.
They look nice. So if you haven't seen it or don't follow RST, they have released 3 limited edition graphics, would you call them? Prints.
Yeah.
So they've got one called the Splinter Blue Camo, which is white, neon, like yellow, green, and like a really bright blue colour.
It's basically something that you'd like throw on your sniper in Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's
after
a COD
you've.
skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why you would. okay, I like the look of it. Splinter, for things that go on your hands,
Doesn't make sense.
doesn't make quite.
I'm not sure what Splinter Blue camo means, but
Yeah,
maybe that is a
it does
COD
look really
reference,
cool. Yeah.
or Fortnite maybe for kids and that.
Yeah.
Snakeskin is quite cool. I like that one. And then obviously leopard print. That's yours favourite, right?
Yeah.
They're available on the Pro Series GP D30 gloves and the Track Tech Evo D30 boots. So basically, all the racy stuff, which is racers like to stand out, don't they?
I love that with RST. I've seen a lot of cool things that come out of like leather suits that people get from RST.
They do custom stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they do as
really
well.
Cool.
And then like, not to mention another channel, but I am going to 44 Teeth. Whenever they have a one-piece RST suit, I'm like,
so
that
cool.
looks for business. That looks really good.
Yeah. And that is a service that you can go and get from RST as well, which is really cool. So anyone could go and get a custom suit. These limited edition bits and pieces, we're not going to have these in store because of the limited editionness. But if you did want them, you can just go into a shop and get them, or you can give us a call online and we can order them out for you. But they're not going to be a regular like piece of stock item just because of how rare they are. One thing I did find weird is the snake print one is on kangaroo gloves. It's a kangaroo skin glove.
Yeah, kangaroo skin snake glove.
Well, you might have to get through a fair few snakes if it was a snake leather.
They'd be good for the fingers.
Yeah. Apologies for any vegans out there.
Well, they're made of kangaroo anyway.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. That's very fair. It takes a braver person than me to wear the leopard print boots, though.
Why not? You could just send it. I was going to get the 100% leopard print goggles because it would look really wacky.
Wow.
When I'm on the Harley, but it just doesn't fit in my helmet. Sorry. Because I also it was going to go on my purple Buell helmet, so my purple helmet with the leopard print goggles.
Talking
Lovely.
of purple helmets, there's a new violet colourway from Arai.
Love that.
On the RX-7V Evo, they've dropped a new graphic called the Spectre.
Nice.
Which is like a 80s retro vibe, and it comes in cyan or violet. So those are on the website now, just waiting for them to come into stock at the supplier, and then you'll be able to order those up. But I think they look very jazzy.
They look really nice. I do like the violet one. That is to my liking.
From the look of it, it looks like the Spectre Violet has more cyan on it than the Spectre Cyan.
I think you're right.
Just from the
Are you
picture.
saying that the person that named these helmets may be colourblind?
Didn't say that whatsoever, but the front of the Spectre Cyan has like pink. I don't want to say the the stripes to them, and then the back of it has blue, whereas the Spectre Violet has white and then purple. But yeah, they're very funky. I quite like them.
Yeah, so they might not be good at names, but they make a cool graphic.
They do. Druid performance.
I don't think they've ever missed.
No. No.
Very rare.
Yeah, I was thinking of something, but I can't think of one. So I was going to say something, but I didn't know which one it was.
The one before this that was released, the Okamoto Compass, which is like a blue and an orange one.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful. That was lovely. So yeah, those are wicked cool. I love them, and they give you all the same features from the standard top spec RX-7V Evo, which is amazing. Oh.
What are these?
So,
what are those?
So this is actually something which is something that we're not going to sell. It's very, very loose in terms of gear news because you don't need it to go motorcycling. But I think it's probably one of the coolest things I've seen for a little while in terms of motorcycle watch collaborations.
Wow.
So do you know what a Moto Compo is?
Yes, didn't they used to fit in the back of a car?
So, yes, picture this. You're from Japan and you buy a Honda City, which is a little car, a K car. It's a small little city car in Japan. But you want to get around the urban environment with more mobility than your Honda City can offer.
Yeah.
You can spec the Moto Compo, which is a motorcycle that folds up and fits in the boot of your car.
Nice.
So
Like I'm thinking in Thunderbirds, where like you've got the green the green helipad one,
the Honda
and
City
then the submarine comes out of it.
That's it.
Thunderbird 5.
Thunderbird 2 is the Honda City car, and then Thunderbird. I thought Thunderbird 5 was the space one.
I'll probably need to. No, that's 3, isn't it?
they get smaller and smaller. I'm pretty sure 5 is the...
1 is rocket one, 2 is the cargo one, 3 is the space one, 4 is the one that drills underground.
Yeah.
5 is a submarine.
You just... Okay.
Is it a yellow one?
Maybe confirm in the comments.
Please, if you know more about Thunderbirds than us, let us know down below.
Anyway,
I love that. That is basically what it is. It's like the dispatch. Unfold your scooter
Yeah.
and ride away. So it's a little 49cc engine.
Batmobile.
Awesome. So this watch collaboration basically has all those nice little motifs from the Moto Compo. So it's got a little Moto Compo on the back of it. The box looks like a boxed up bike, and on the actual dial itself it says Honda, and it's got automatic, which is an automatic watch, but
That's
styled
cool.
like
For that price as well, which is £340.
Yep.
Automatic movement.
Yep.
Is that what that's what it means, right? Not just because the bike's like an automatic.
No, yeah.
Because if it is an automatic movement, that's pretty good going.
Yeah,
It is a Seiko, so.
it's nice, yeah. Seiko, yeah. So it'd be a good quality watch. £340, drops in September.
It's also a really nice box.
It's a lovely box, isn't it? It's like a proper, nicely thought together bit of art, even. Limited to 8,000 units, so get in now, before we do.
Are you going to buy 8,000? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
I can barely afford one.
So what's this?
Insta.
Insta360.
Read all about it. Cuz, what is it?
It's the Insta360 X6.
Lovely.
So earlier I mentioned about the Insta360 X6 on that Z900 that I took out.
Yes.
So we do have a video live on YouTube where you can read all about it. Basically, it's better than the old ones,
Yes.
which you'd expect, but it's like way better.
Yeah. 10-bit color, 8K, square sensor 1x1.1 inch, or whatever it is.
That's correct.
From Sony. So 2 of those, because you need one on either side.
Mhm.
It is the business when it comes to 360 cameras.
Yes, very good at color.
Yeah.
Especially in low light. I thought it was very good. I
Yeah.
took it home and compared it with my X3 and the X4 Air we have here, and found that in just like a darkened room, it was just performed way
Yeah.
better. Picked up the details, wasn't as noisy. And in terms of capturing noise on a motorbike, it's got something called the hidden engine mic. So it basically, when you hard mount it to a motorbike handlebar or like peg hanger or something, it will use the vibrations from the engine to kind of enhance the sound.
Science.
So you can cut out the wind noise with this AI and all that sort of stuff, and then pick up the vibrations, turn it into noise.
That's really
It
cool.
sounds amazing. You don't need to go and get a second set of mics or anything. But if you do want to, it will pair with your mics. And I paired it to my intercom as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can just talk through your normal Bluetooth intercom and it'll pick that up,
Yeah.
which is pretty sweet.
What I also want to say about it is that Dolby Vision, so it'll automatically adjust for you on those darker scenarios as well. And also the battery is not connected to the door anymore. So it's
Oh yeah, you just
separate.
have to pull it out didn't you, with the door.
So you don't have to worry about that. It's got when you said about wind earlier, it's actually still pretty good at it because it has 360 buffers on the actual 360 cam itself. I think what I like about it, and I feel like some people might get confused about, is when it says it's 8K, it actually means it's 4K on a single plane. So if you're watching it on landscape, it's actually only 4K. But previously, when they used to boast about it being like, what, 5K? 7K?
Yeah.
It was actually like nearly 1080p basically, or just above 1080p.
Because it was,
Yeah.
you've got to calculate the whole sphere.
Exactly. So it's actually good that it's actually a true 4K, which is really, really good because like the cameras that we shoot on are basically capped at 4K anyway. So that's a good positive.
They just see
side for
one
it.
bit.
Yeah.
And that sees everything.
Yeah.
It was really nice to not have to worry too much about getting things in the shot.
Yeah.
And what was really cool is I did one out on the Mez and I walked around it. So, and you can see it in the video, you go watch it on the YouTubes. And I just put it in something and then walked around it and then was able to track myself as I walked around, which is really nice. And the Insta360 studio is pretty good. But you're very into cameras and filming on motorbikes, so
yes. It was also good if you're looking at doing some like gimbal-y type shots because it has like a way of using. It's smart people made it, but basically it can make it act like a gimbal, so you can track it on an object and walk around it with like a gimbal-esque movement, so like orbits and stuff like that, and it will do a really good job of that as well. So nice and stable, probably sometimes more stable than how I hold the Ronin because I shake so much. But you know,
it's very good.
Yeah,
it is very good. The yeah, obviously Tom knows a lot about cameras, and I think you're going to work on maybe a nice tutorial for people
yes,
who want to learn how to get good shots on the cameras, because that's your...
Yeah, it'll be more like a general thing, because a lot of the stuff that we have, because tech develops so quickly, we've got an X6, but what I wanted to do was just kind of go across like a kind of wider range of action cams and showing you the best sort of like practices to try and make the image quality a little bit better. So, you know, you can, instead of comparing yourself to why does his video look better than mine, you can actually go ahead and try and do it yourself. It will require some editing software in order to make it that way, but if you're already thinking about making better quality videos, you're probably going down that route anyway. So we'll
and there's free options as well, which I think you're going to look at exploring and kind of
so you've got
people
like
in that
DaVinci
direction.
Resolve and CapCut, those sort of platforms maybe, but you know, we use Premiere, Adobe all the time.
There's a full suite of products in Premiere that we use, all of them, that you don't get with
the other ones,
DaVinci,
but you know, you can still do the same sort of thing.
To be honest, if people
just basic building blocks to try and make it a bit
CapCut
better.
is really good.
Yeah.
Especially on your phone. It's much better than people do. So look out for Tom's video, so you can find it on the YouTube channel when that drops out. So make sure you ring that subscribe bell notification.
Dingy ding ding.
Thanks. Lovely.
Kawasaki.
New bikes.
Well, this isn't new bikes, new colours. So I was in Kawasaki, and the lovely salesman Andy, who got me onto the Z900 and made sure I was all insured and had fuel in it and knew how it worked, told me that they got some new colours coming for 2027. So most of them are basically going to be some variation of green.
Okay.
Green and black or green and white. But there is a nice like red and dark grey colour. But some of the colours have interesting names. So on the Z1100 SE, there's one called the Metallic Matte Graphensteel Grey.
Graphensteel.
Graphensteel.
What a name that is.
I know, it's a wicked name, isn't it? I think they should have just called it Graphensteel.
I bet you they looked at like some old sort of Viking naming book and thought, you know, we'll call it the Graphensteel.
Graphensteel. And it's also weird to have metallic and matte in the same thing. It's like, oh, it's metallic and it's matte at the same time.
I didn't realise you had so much to say about one colour. There's so many colours to go through.
I'm not gonna go into all of it. I mean, I don't just say. I mean, lime green type 3 is. I think it's a bit nutty. Could you not have just given it a jazzier name than lime green type 3?
Yeah.
What about lime green type 2 and type 1? What do they look like?
Some of your favourites.
Well, Graphensteel is clearly my winner.
Yeah. Metallic bluish green. What a brilliant name.
Green.
79H.
That's for the Vulcan.
Sorry, yeah, we were just jumping around the different colours.
So on a Vulcan S, you could get it in metallic bluish green.
Yeah.
And okay, I picked my final favourite, which is the Z500 SE, which gets candy persimmon red.
Do you like persimmons?
Is it an apple?
It's kind of like I would liken it more to. Am I thinking about if it was like a savoury peach?
I've never had one.
No.
I can't eat stone fruit, so if it's got stones in it, I won't touch it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm allergic.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you could probably try one.
Get one going.
There's one colour on there.
It's persimmon.
There's one colour on there that I think I normally get from my local Londis. It's a candy lime green.
A lot of these do sound like vape flavours.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Candy
I like
flat
them.
blazed green.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, metallic flat spark.
Or a pearl blizzard white.
Yeah. Well, it gets you talking about it, doesn't it? So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
I'm
talking
going to
point.
do some more name looking up for next week's show.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Z1100, no change.
No change. Same colours.
Just same.
Either green or black.
Maybe we can get some nice pictures up on the.
I'll throw some
Yeah,
pictures
to,
up.
to,
for
to, throw them up to show
the video
each one as they appear.
Yeah.
No, and don't actually put vapes on the screen.
Candy lime green. Just like comes up as like a Lost Mary or something. Oh, sorry.
There you go. There's some visual representations of the colour.
Lovely. Yes.
Buell I thought you might like Buell.
Yeah, Buell.
So we talked about the Super Cruiser way back when in episode 1, and it was 185 horsepower, Harley Dyna,
FXRE looking thing.
Style of bike, but cool with loads of power. So Buell have like not stopped being mental, and they've done 2 things over the last few weeks. One is called the Leviathan, and the other is called the Goat.
Nice.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet. So they're actually both based on the Super Cruiser to some extent. So the Goat is designed as like a hill climber.
Right, okay.
So it's to just climb up big dirt hills.
Explains the really long swing arm.
Yeah, so long swing arm, really long suspension travel, and just loads of power. So it turns out that Buell have done this before with the 1190 CR motor.
Right.
So early 2020s, I believe. And they basically won in their class. So they have a class which is basically just like everything over 750 cc's.
Right.
And they just won. So I don't know any results on how that one performed, but it's just a one-off bike just for that event, which is pretty nuts. So I like that. And the Leviathan is a land speed record bike.
It looks
or
like
attempt.
it. Yeah.
Attempt. So if you had made a bike with 185 horsepower and then you were going to go after a world record attempt, what would you do to it?
Make it lower, longer.
Yes.
More streamlined.
Okay.
Make it like a pencil.
And?
Not ride it and get someone else to ride it.
Yeah, definitely. So what they've done is they've turbocharged it.
Damn.
So now it makes 401 horsepower.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That is why?
185 is insane, but it's 401. So the best part is, and I like that you said to get someone else to ride it, because they didn't find someone who's an experienced Bonneville salt flat racer. They just got a guy who is, I think, the designer at Buell. They got him to ride it, and he doesn't have a license at Bonneville, so you have to like go up in stages of like speed. So the first one is you have to ride at over 125 mile an hour between the 2 distances, and you get your first license, and then you go up again. And then when he was going for his 175 mile an hour plus license, which I think was like a category B, the problem they were having was they were using the first 3 gears, and then to do that last category they had to put it in 4th, but the bike wanted to do 200 mile an hour at 175 basically. So it was just doing a rolling burnout the whole time on the salt.
That's mental.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, isn't it?
That is pretty nuts.
So he was
I'm glad you pointed out it was on the salt flats as well, because I instantly thought when you said first license 125 miles an hour, does that mean like a GoPro shot of you going down the M4?
Yeah, man, look, I've done this on the way here actually.
Yeah.
Filtering through traffic. So yeah, that was pretty nuts. Unfortunately, they didn't hit their like speed record attempt, which was 250 mile an hour. That's what they're trying to get to. They got to 178. Which is still pretty quick, to be fair, from what is basically like based on just a big V-twin with a fat turbo slapped on the side. I like that they've given it bags. It's hard to see in that picture, but it has a set of like bags, like it's a bagger, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said they're going to go back again, iron out the tweaks. Like that was their first time on the salt flat.
Maybe take the
riders
bags off.
new, like they're all new to it. Yeah. Put a big rocket on the back, and then it would go to 250.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. BMW, again at this rate, it's got to be planned.
Right, I'm not being funny, but we've had a few episodes in a row now where there's been some leaked spy shot from BMW, or like some sources taking a photo of BMW testing some bikes.
Yeah.
It's the S1000RR, and it was the 1300 GS, an M1300 GS. Then it was the R20, which is going to be a new cafe racer with big cylinder head, like, well, 2-litre engine basically, and what supposedly may be an F700 GS.
That's crazy.
But like it's a new bike each week that's been leaked. Spy shots.
Maybe if they leak the photos, the bikes themselves won't leak.
Maybe. I don't think they leak, they just have a lot of recalls on them. But yeah, so I think that's weird. I mean, like, that seems like planned marketing.
Yeah. It's good, it works. It gets people talking about it. We're sat here talking about it. So.
We are, yeah. And lots of other people are.
Yeah.
There was another one which wasn't a leaked spy shot, but this is like a trick that's been known for quite some time, which is when a brand wants to introduce a new model, they have to register it with the California Air resource board. Because
Right.
they've got like, as a state, they have different emissions rules and they have to register it. So BMW have registered an M1000 RS,
Right.
which is going to be really cool because the RS models were always like boxer engine ones, or most recently they were all boxer engine bikes.
Right.
But this will be maybe a 200 horsepower sport tourer. But not like a Tour XR, like a low slung racing
Yeah. Sport
top
tourer.
box and panniers.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
That's
That's going to be fun.
yeah. I wish I was more enthusiastic as you.
You're just
But
like-
it's like I am
Yeah.
with Harleys. You are with BMWs, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know where it's come from. I think it's just worked there for too long. I've just become a bit of a boxer fanboy.
Yeah.
But I just thought, like, why is this news all coming out? It's very BMW heavy, and I just think and it's not planned news. It's all leaked stuff,
Yeah.
and I think it's not. It's coming out at a very convenient time for each thing. So, yeah, I'm on to you, BMW. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Time of the week. Work on your own bike or take it to a mechanic. What do you prefer?
Well, I don't know about prefer, but just like historically, we both work on our own bikes
Yes.
Okay.
because we ask riding or wrenching.
You do, hold on. You wrote this. You're wording it as if like I'm the one that's asking that question.
No, well, I think I'm saying it to you, but you're also standing for the listener.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good question because I work on my own bike, but 80% of the time I wish I just got someone else to do it.
Yeah. I think for both of us, it's more money. And just looking at like a price list and then how much labour is going to cost to get it done when you think, because of your own ego maybe, that you could do it yourself. Like I feel like a lot of the things that can be done on my bike are things that I can do because it's so simple.
I see what you're saying, yeah. But did you start that way? Because I started doing it as, like I was like 17 and I had like an interest in doing it. I went to college for engineering,
Yeah.
so I was interested in the mechanical side of it. So at first I did it because I was, a motorbike, this is fun, I can tinker with this and do that. And now I do it because I'm too stubborn to let someone else do it.
Same as you, since very young. I used to put Lego bricks in my dad's exhaust pipe. I think that's what made me want to mess with bikes.
Did you ever use it as like a Lego cannon and start it up and shoot
just
out?
shoot it out the back? But I think it's just been around my dad, and he's very, not like stubborn, but like if he thinks he can do it, he'll go and try and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just gone down that same route where, one, money sometimes can be expensive to get someone else to do it.
Yep.
Two, you learn a new skill.
Yep.
And I don't know what my third point is going to be, but you know,
Cool.
it's just, I don't know. I prefer working on my own bike if I feel like I can actually do it. Cars, no idea. Newer bikes, no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because if an ECU or whatever goes,
Yep.
what do I do?
True. So I put together a couple of questions and talking points, which we can just stimulate a bit of chat about.
Sure.
I could read those out to you if you like.
That'd be mega if
Please.
you could. Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool, right. So the first one, because this is all new information to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not the questions themselves, but the answers that you're going to be giving them to me. So should every motorcyclist know how to do basic maintenance?
Yes.
What would you class as basic maintenance?
Oil filter.
Oh, would you?
That's basic, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
Doing
think
your own chain.
I think chain is something that everyone should know to do.
Yeah.
But and the reason I think this is because if you buy a brand new bike and it has a chain, you'd like need to adjust it and look after it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily take it into the dealer to get the chain adjusted.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep your warranty, you would.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think oil and filter is a must. It's easy, and you probably could learn it. So like,
This is basic maintenance. Like, I feel like it is so simple on most bikes.
okay, I
do.
think you should know how to do it, and whether you actually do it or not is a different thing.
Okay, fine.
You reckon?
Brake pads. Basic enough.
But people don't want to interfere with what's stopping them.
Okay. But I feel like that's relatively basic because normally it's just
Yeah.
2 bolts, maybe a pin.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it out, pads fall out. Ooh, push the pistons back in and put new brake pads in.
Yeah.
It's literally like a 2-minute YouTube tutorial. Whether it takes you 2 minutes to do it, it's another question. Because if you've got a second-hand bike that no one's touched, because they haven't done it.
And they've just left it through winter.
Yeah.
That's what they've ridden it through salty roads in winter and not done anything.
Yeah, haven't put any coffee grease on the pins or anything.
Okay.
Bit buggered.
I see what you're saying. I would go with then that people should learn. Okay, let's decide on what people should learn as basic maintenance, so they know what they're like looking for.
Yeah.
So definitely chain. You should know how to adjust your chain, and like just clean and lube it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know how to do it or you don't have the tools, I think you should just at least know.
Yeah.
So you can get it done. Oil and filter is very good. Brakes is a really good one. Change your headlight bulb.
Yeah, why not?
Bulb changing should be fairly straightforward.
It depends on what bike it is though. Like I remember, actually no, most of my bikes have been fairly simple to change the headlight bulb out of, but I'm assuming on like super sports bikes it might be a bit different. On Speed Triple it's like headlight exposed, cap on back.
Unscrew.
Yeah, just like a Ford Fiesta.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's basic enough.
Okay, yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah.
Like
I think if like
if
when you get
LED.
a car manual, like if like it shows you how to do that and how to change for fluids, I think anything that is mentioned in the manual, you should be able to kind of do yourself.
That's it.
Good point. If it's from the manufacturer, then maybe yes, because once you get into like the books of like maintenance books of like Climber and a Haynes manual, it goes way past that.
I meant manufacturers one. Yeah, not necessarily the.
I think annoying, a lot of manufacturers now include less and less about what you do.
Yeah.
Because they want you to go into a dealership.
Take it in. Yeah. Which is a bit annoying. And I don't know if there's as many Climber manuals, Haynes manuals as there were previously or not for newer bikes. There must be, surely. I don't know because
they feel more like gifts more than anything else. Those books. Like there's more merch of them than they are actual books. I feel.
Well, my Climber book's been like my Bible at the moment. Because sometimes, obviously, when you get new parts, like I've got a James gasket set, which aren't factory parts, so I have to cross-reference that with the Climber book to make sure I'm not going to mess anything up on the reinstall. But like, I don't know what point was with the manuals.
No, that's fair. I think that the good thing about if you're doing your own maintenance that's basic, you've got those manuals to refer to. Also, people make a lot of like YouTube videos about how to do it. There's loads of information for like every bike on how to do it. And if you really want to go down the rabbit hole of forums, then you'll probably find some information on that. But I would advise watch that video or read that guide fully, start to finish, before you begin.
Yeah.
Because if you read at the top and it says you need this, this, and this, and you go and buy it, and then you go and do the next steps, then go, oh my God, I'm way in over my head. Like, know what you're going to do.
Yeah, just read through it. Just have
end.
a quiet evening to yourself. Make sure you're calm because it can be intimidating at times when they use fancy words that I'm not used to. So, yeah, take it bit by bit. And normally there is a YouTube video out there. And if you're a visual learner like me, my rebuild of the Harley is currently based off of YouTube videos, and then I can actually understand the book a bit more.
But that helps you like just translate it across to what you're doing, I think.
Well, that leads on quite nicely to the next question then. So, where should you draw the line and take it to a mechanic?
I think it's an individual case.
Yeah. When it starts ticking.
When you've got a few bolts left over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to depend on personal confidence. Like, how confident do you feel in doing that job? And the worst thing is if you start something, realise you are in over your head, and then you have to like try and find a mechanic who's okay to work on your half-finished stuff, which can be quite difficult. But the flip side of that is you're only going to build confidence by doing it. Yeah. I think anything where you're going to crack into the engine is like risky. Quite big. Yeah. And if you don't know about like the timing of it, so like chains, belts, or very rare kind of on gear-driven bikes, like if you muck that up, you can just destroy the whole engine. Yeah. Like splitting gearboxes and all that sort of stuff. Like it is quite simple to do. It's like straightforward.
But you do need more. Like it's not only the parts you need, but you also need the tools.
Yeah.
Because it can go wrong very fast.
your Halfords Advanced set is only going to get you so far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is so true. But
I have two, and I think they're great.
Yeah.
One's mine, one's my wife's, but hers is in she's still got the case.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't have that. Mine are just like scattered in drawers, so it's much easier just to take hers.
Yeah.
So I get shouted at a lot for not returning them. But
yeah. We acquired another toolbox in the weekend because we have metric and AF now.
Oh,
so
okay.
we have separate toolboxes for the different jobs.
That's a smart
Whether it's going to
idea.
stay like that, I don't know. One's red, one's black, so we don't end up walking to the wrong one and getting the wrong tools, just to make it a little bit easier. But anyway.
So overall, does it make it cheaper to maintain your own bike?
In the long run, yes. If you do the basic stuff, yes.
Yeah. I had a look at some labour rates recently at some garages. So like an independent, you're looking at about £60 plus VAT per hour from a few that I had a look at. Someone like the Capital Moto, the Kawasaki, I think it was about £90 plus VAT, 90.95. Hello, and sorry to interrupt your lovely listening of our podcast. Just need to make a quick correction. The labour rate for Capital Moto Kawasaki in Farnborough is £95 an hour, including VAT, and the Capital Moto Yamaha in Clapham, that is £90 an hour, including VAT. So I apologise, I got that mixed up. The previous price of the £60 an hour plus VAT for like an independent place was 60 plus VAT that I found, but these prices were including VAT, so I really do apologise for that mix-up. That's my bad. But whilst I've interrupted your show listening there, I am going to tell you about the deal of the week. So it's on the Arai RX-7V Evo, which, if you know anything about your helmets, an Arai RX-7V is one of the top premium helmets out there. Arai know how to make a lid and make a very, very high specification one, and this is the best of the best, their ultimate track helmet. It is fantastic. This is on a specific graphic. It's called the Kionari Trico. It is like a matte helmet with a matte white base with like a watercolor dragon wrapping its way around. It's really cool. Looks absolutely stunning in the fiberglass, I guess. But yeah, we have got £350 off that. So it was 900 quid, now 550 in store and online. If you would like to get these deal of the weeks as soon as we launch them, you can always sign up to our newsletter and we'll just email you those as they drop. Anyway, get back to the show. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting. Bye. When I previously worked at Honda, it was 114 plus VAT, but that's just gone up to about 120. And
per hour.
I want to say, yeah, per hour. And I want to say BMW was slightly more than that again, but premium manufacturer, so you'd expect it. So yeah, I think if you consider the fact that, you know, it could take, if it was all day to do that job that you're doing, or if you did a valve clearance check, that's normally like an 8-hour job for a whole day. Like some of those, like if you took it to a dealer, you might be paying £600, £700, £800 just to have someone work on your bike for a day. And that's before they've even put the parts on it. Yeah,
especially considering like the gaskets at the moment. They probably have better tools to get the gasket off, which is fair enough. But like if they didn't and they had to do what I had to do, that's like nearly 3 days of labour just peeling a gasket off. I literally took the Friday off. I had the bike down to its base gasket, to the cylinder heads off, on that Friday. But then proceeding Saturday, Sunday, all until today, I've just been going at getting the gaskets off nice and slowly. But it is cheaper in the long run. It's just time.
Financially cheaper. Because actually you say it's cheaper and we all think money, but actually like the amount of time it's taking you to do that, you know, you could have done something else. But if you enjoy it, like then it's a nice thing. Like, I enjoy
it's not
doing
my
stuff.
only mode of transport either, so that's another thing. So I can just jump in the car and work on the bike when I need to. Yeah. And I don't mind that. Another thing that I want to point out is I wanted to do my valve clearances on the Bonneville that I had ages ago, the 865. Now, if I took that to Triumph, that would be nearly £1,000, and it might not even need like shims or anything.
Because it's a check.
Yeah, it's a check. Whereas the shims themselves don't cost that much, and there's literally an Excel spreadsheet online that does the calculation for you to determine how much is too much.
Yeah, they can give
and then
you
there's a video to do it.
Values to do.
And it's all in that same video, and it shows you how to do your valve clearances, and you could do it for like 100 quid of your own money and your own time, and that's not too scary.
I'll give you a pro about BMWs now, so I can get you a bit excited. the boxer engine ones, they hang out the side. So the valve clearance checks, you're literally just right there. So you don't take any of the rest of the bike off. You just like pop the valve cover off, check it, put it back on the band. So it doesn't cost you a load of money because there's not like loads of labour time to do it. I think that financially cheaper, yes it is. Definitely financially cheaper, I would say. You know, you can do that, but you've got to think about what else is your time worth if you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's assuming you actually do the job correctly as well.
If you good point. Like I said, if you get the timing wrong on doing something, you know, you ruin an engine, that could easily be another £1,000 on top. Yeah. Plus more depending on the bike. So.
Yeah, it's also how much stress you want to put yourself in.
There's so much stress on just trying to sort stuff out, and it used to be worse when it was my only form of transport. Yeah. Oh my god!
The amount of pressure you have. Imagine if it was during the winter, your only mode of transport. I'm saying this from experience as well. You have to work on your bike, but then it's already dark outside because your garage doesn't have lights.
Yeah. Oh, so you got a garage?
You got a torch in your head.
I was just on the street. Having been in the dealership side of things and worked on the parts and servicing counter, there are so many people that come in and get their bike serviced who you haven't fallen into our trap of doing all the stuff yourself. Yeah. But, you know, some of them do it because they want to keep the warranty on the bike. Obviously it's new, so they want to keep that warranty up and keep the service history in check. Some people have older bikes and, you know, they might have not ridden it for a while, so they would rather someone who knows what they're looking at is doing a good job and, you know, can do a full health check and see what's going on. And also, a lot of people just want to be able to drop it off and either sit and have a coffee for an hour or two, maybe even do work on the laptop and then leave, or they drop it off in the morning, pick it up in the afternoon or the next day, and it's done. And like that, okay, yeah, there is obviously the financial element, but it means that they're not doing the stuff like we were doing, mucking around, hoping you've got it right, doing a good job, and you know, hoping nothing goes drastically wrong.
There's so many avenues for bikers to go down. Like some people just like riding the bikes that they have, and they won't even touch it or mess with it because they say that's the purest form. That's how it's going to be. I want it fixed or whatever. And then there's the other side where like we like tinkering. Yeah. We're definitely the kids in school that used to break a pen apart.
Oh, it's wood and lead. Oh wow.
break a pen apart. You get what I was trying to get at.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but I was definitely that. So
I would say if it starts from a point of curiosity about how to do stuff, or like say tinkering and adding and changing bits.
Yeah, you can always start small and go bigger. But like if you find that it's not a thing for you, then fair enough. But like I feel like you get to learn about your bike a little bit more, know how things sort of work and what have you.
And find other bike friends who also, because there will always be some bike person in a group that will know how to do everything or have like loads of tools to do stuff. So if you want to learn, I think do it. I think if you're coming at it from the angle of I want to save money, not worth it. No. Because the money you spend on tools, time, all of that, I think you have to have that curiosity that I want to work on it. I think that's where you get more value.
So the next question now that you've kindly written down here for me is: would you trust a DIY serviced bike when buying second hand? Can you explain that to me?
So
you can service it yourself.
Yeah. So if something has been serviced by somebody at home, you typically view that in like from a value point of view as less value than something that's got a full set of like dealer stamps in the book on the mileage and all of that sort of stuff. I think that it comes down to a point of DIY service. Do I trust this person I'm giving my money to in exchange for this bike? Has A, actually done it all, and B, done it properly? Yeah. Because that's what, you know, oh yeah, I've just had the brakes, you know, I've just done the brakes myself, mate, for you, you know, it's had a full service and all that. And like they could have just bought like rubbish parts, not done it properly, over tightened stuff, not tightened up enough. And I think it's more of you're kind of gambling on that person being a sort of a sound mechanic in that sense.
Ethically nice. Right. But that brings me to a point that I think that we should do as a video, is how to check over a second-hand bike to purchase. Excellent. I think that'd be great, because even though it's a DIY service bike, you can check it yourself when you're there. There's basic things to look at. Like you could look at the brake pads through the side and see if there's a little slit. If there's no slit on the side of the pad, you know it's worn down all the way. Matey hasn't changed his brake pads. You know, things like that.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like, do you trust that person?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the you're buying the bike, but you're buying the previous owner.
Yeah.
And also, like you say, actually, if you can know how to inspect a bike, is what they're saying adding up.
Super basic stuff, and then more often than not, you'll be goods in.
We could do a video on that. I know a couple of, obviously worked in a few dealerships, but I know a few guys who like run or have ran their own used bike dealers who go out and buy second-hand bikes all the time. So yeah, we
put it on side stand, check the wheel bearings and stuff. You know, like super things that, like, if we listed it down, you could easily do without it being daunting. I went all the way up to North Yorkshire to get my bike and had to trust on good faith that the bike was okay. But he was a really sound guy.
You just one-way ticket and ride it back.
Yeah. So it was a good punt. I had no service history with the bike or whatsoever. But with this teardown, just because I have a little bit of a weep from my push rod seal, and I decided I'll just change all the gaskets.
Yeah.
When we were tearing both my dad and I's bike, it looked like mine was on, like, I don't want to put his bike down. Mine is in better condition, and it's done more miles than my dad's 9,000 mile bike.
Yeah.
You know, and he snapped an exhaust stud, so now he has to take it to a machine shop because it's too flat. He also bought a welder. We tried to weld a washer and a nut on it. That just snapped off. So yeah, it needs to go to a machine shop. But again, I digress. Like, you can, and that was from a dealer. That bike, Dad's one from Skegness. He's a sound guy. Obviously didn't know, and it was actually the same price as my bike, less miles. But you know, anyway,
it happens.
DIY service. You can definitely check yourself when you're there on site. And if they don't let you do it, don't buy it.
Cool. What job would you absolutely never do yourself?
Never do myself. That's a tricky one to think about, because I'm just there like thinking of my bike or other bikes.
Oh, I tell you what, I have refused to do. Tyres.
True, actually.
I've done tyres. I had, you know, you can get those like manual tyre changers where you put it on and you do it.
Yeah.
I have a small caveat where if it was a Michelin tyre, nice soft compound Michelin tyre, I will happily change it.
Right.
Well, I'll get Georgie to change it because she used to be a tyre fitter. She actually
happily give it to your wife.
yeah. She can change tyres. She's quite good at doing it, but I don't have the manual tyre changer. I lost it when I moved house. I'm not sure where it is. I remember changing some Pirellis and the sidewall was so stiff. Like I didn't know I could swear that much in my life. I didn't know that she could swear that much either. So we've ended up just taking it to a place to get the tyres done. And actually, with tyres, I just take the loose wheels and then get them to change the tyres.
25 quid. There you go.
So it's so much easier. It saves a lot of hassle as well, because tyres are actually fiddly if you don't have the right tools.
Yeah.
And they can balance them as well, which balancing at home is a little bit tricky. But
yeah,
put it on, spin it, stick the weights on, done. So yeah, tyres for me, wouldn't bother. Too much hassle.
If I knew how to do it, then I would. That's the thing, though. Like, it's not like a absolute never do yourself, but it's a rather not.
Yeah. You could learn it. It'd be very easy. Like, it's simple technique, but it's just a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Actually, that's a very good point for you to make there. Like, you know, all of the you can work on your bike and do all. We have all the knowledge, all the tools, and you know, it's just whether or not you actually bothered to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Win for shop.
Yes,
for
definitely.
Sure.
Question of the week, if you want to deliver it, Huckstep.
What's the worst job you've ever done on your bike?
That's one for the listeners, by the way.
Yes.
Hold on, try to do that again.
I thought you said mention that, so I just thought I just had to say the question.
I didn't know if anyone said it was for the listeners, so I thought I'd better just say it.
No, okay, fair enough. I can do that one again if you like. Yeah. Question of the week for the listeners.
What's the worst job you've ever done on your bike?
What is the worst job you've ever done on your bike, guys?
I thought it was a list. Oh, for us as well.
Yeah.
Base gaskets.
Base gaskets. I don't know. This one time I was doing my chain and I didn't have a chain riveting tool, so I just used that little split link thing that you can get, which is like, for my bike I shouldn't have really used it, but I needed to get home because I was like 200 miles away from my house. And as I used a screwdriver to push it on, I slipped and I hit myself in the wrist, and I still have a scar from it. And I actually felt, it's like the first time I've ever like seen inside my body, and I felt sick.
I felt a bit sicky.
Yeah, it made me feel a bit faint and sick, and that was the worst thing I ever did.
That sounds quite bad. You said you struggled with that, but that sounds quite awful.
Oh, wait. Should we one up this? What's the worst job you've ever done on your bike? Rode it straight into the side of a Seat Leon. Couldn't ride my bike.
Maintenance based.
I don't think I've ever had. Worst job is probably just some really bad tyre change experience with Pirelli tyres, which is why I'll never buy a Pirelli tyre.
That's what you got for Secret
That's what we
Santa.
have time for.
So once again, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the On The Gear podcast, powered by Infinity Motorcycles. Remember to leave your comments in the comment section on your favourite podcasting platform. And that's it, bye.
You're welcome.